Father God, we just thank you for this day that you've blessed us with. We thank you for the opportunity to serve our community. And I just thank you for the blessing of working with all of these people that are on council, our mayor, our city manager, and all of our department heads. They just are great to work with and really have the best interest of our community. And I just thank you for that blessing. Lord, I ask for your guidance in the decisions that we make, that we are fully hearing what the citizens want to do, that we are listening to each other's ideas, and we're trying to make the best decision possible. I ask for unity with our country. There's so much division that I see, and I just pray that we could all come together and find common ground to work towards the common goals for our country as a whole. I just want to also thank you so much for the people that volunteer to spend their lives protecting our community, our policemen, our firefighters, our military. So grateful for those individuals. We just ask for you to watch over and protect them. Guide us this evening to make the decisions best possible for our community. And all this I pray in Jesus' most precious name. Amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Very good, thank you. All right, Madam Clerk, we have a roll call, please.
Councilmember Brill. Here. Councilmember Bessel. Here. Councilmember Paulus.
Here.
Councilmember Pennington.
Here.
Councilmember Kraft.
Here.
Councilmember Myers.
Here.
Councilmember Davidson.
I'd like to make a motion to excuse Councilmember Davidson, please. Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, are there any agenda modifications this evening? Hearing none, seeing none, we'll let them stand as written. Is there an executive session request?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. To consider the appointment, employment, or compensation of a public employee or official, preparing for, conducting, or reviewing negotiations or bargaining sessions with public employees concerning their compensation or other terms and conditions of their employment, and pending or imminent litigation with attorney. Thank you.
Roll call. Motion?
I'd like to make a motion to have an executive session for reasons stated by the city manager.
Motion and second, roll call vote.
Councilmember Brill.
Yes.
Councilmember Bessel.
Yes.
Councilmember Paulus.
Yes.
Councilmember Pennington.
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft.
Yes.
Councilmember Myers.
Yes.
All right. This time we have a special presentation. We have a unique group of young men and women in our high school doing some really phenomenal things. I see them over there when I was at our Mayor's Youth Commission meeting at the same time, so we had to move our nights to, you guys keep stealing our good people. So I'm going to read a proclamation. If you guys would like, why don't you all come up here, because afterward the proclamation, then I'm going to have you speak. How's that? Okay, I want you, it makes good for pictures. Come on, everybody up here. Yeah, just right back here. I'm going to present like I'm going this way. There you go. Got it upside down. Sorry about that. All right, and this really goes to all of you guys. All right. From the Office of the Mayor, the proclamation, whereas adults who provide alcohol to those below the drinking age of 21 are placing those youths at risk for health, safety, and legal problems. Whereas alcohol use by young people is dangerous, not only because of the risk associated with acute impairment, but also because of the threat to their long-term development and well-being. Whereas it is illegal to give or allow your teen's friends to drink alcohol in your home, even with their parents' permission. Whereas anyone found guilty of providing alcohol to youth can face up to a $1,000 fine and 6 months in jail, in addition to any civil action that can be brought as a result of damages, injury related to the offense. And whereas the City of Fairfield, Ohio, in partnership with the Fairfield Prevention Coalition, encourages residents to refuse to provide alcoholic beverages to underage youth and to take necessary steps to discourage the illegal and unhealthy practice, including the reporting of underage drinking by calling our local police. Now, therefore, I, Mitch Rodas, the mayor of the city of Fairfield, Ohio, do hereby proclaim April 12th to May 24th safe prom and graduation days in the city of Fairfield, Ohio. I encourage residents to not only discourage the use of alcohol by those below the legal age of consumption, but also urge all residents of Fairfield to refuse to provide alcoholic beverages to those underage youth and to continue taking the necessary steps to discourage this illegal and unhealthy activity. Therefore, with this hand of the seal, we now proclaim safe and graduation days April 12th to May 24th. Good. Cool. There you guys go.
Yes, it'll be brief, don't worry.
That's okay.
Check. Yeah, Devin Duncan's no longer here. Sorry. It's our honor and our privilege to be here tonight to kick off Safe Prom, Safe Graduation Month. Jaden, could you go get Jaden over there? Would you mind? Starting tomorrow, we'll be placing over 20 life-size silhouettes of coalition students. This is one of our largest coalition student bodies in a long time. We have almost 60 students in the senior high coalition who want to do nothing but make better schools and better communities, drug-free, hope for the future, and have them get through high school. But they're going to say it better than I can, so I'm actually going to turn it over to Julia Schuster, who's our Student Coalition President. I promise you won't take much of your time, but when you hear what they have to say, you'll be inspired, I'm sure. Julia?
Take your time. We got all night.
Thank you, Joe. Good evening, everyone. My name is Julia Schuster, and I'm the senior co-president of our senior high school coalition. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what our coalition is and what we've been doing in the past couple years. So the Fairfield Youth Coalition uses evidence-based prevention strategies and show positive outcomes for students in the reduction of use of alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, vaping, and prescription pain medication use. So we actually have 4 youth coalitions in the Fairfield City School District. We have 2 at both of our middle schools. We have 1 freshman coalition and 1 senior high school coalition, and a total of 137 students. The coalition meet after school 2 times a month to plan and implement prevention campaigns that impact all of the students in our school district. Some examples of the most successful prevention campaigns for the Fairfield youth-led prevention campaigns include Red Ribbon Week, National Smokeout Week, Safe Prom Campaign, Safe Graduation Campaign, Project Sticker Shock, Positive Social Norms Campaign, the 40 Developmental Assets Framework, and the You Make a Difference campaign. Now I'm going to turn it over to Karis for some statistics.
Hi everyone, my name is Karis Malamasero and I'm a senior at the high school this year and I serve as the secretary on the coalition. So I just have some statistics to share with you guys about from a survey that we have been sending out to our students in our school from 2019 to 2023. So prescription pain medication abuse has decreased by 38% over these years. Alcohol use has decreased by 51%. Marijuana use decreased by 16%, and tobacco use decreased by 86%. And although the coalition has reduced many of these trends in substance use, the survey still tells us that 7.7% of students use alcohol regularly, 5.7% of students use marijuana regularly, 8% of students use a vapor product, and 2.1% of students still misuse a legal opioid pain-based prescription. And so this is just more work for our coalition, but the trends are decreasing. So now I'm going to turn it over to Sophie or to Jaden for to talk about sticker shock. Sorry.
Thank you, Karis. I am presenting Sticker Shock. This is our stickers. Yep. So, science tells us that our substance use prevention efforts for teens gets tested during prom and graduating season. All the education and awareness campaigns that buffer students against unhealthy decisions about alcohol and drug use can be overseen. Sometimes we need help from the community to remind retail establishments from selling alcohol to minors. This also includes parents who sometimes purchase alcohol for minors during graduation parties and prom season. Project Sticker Shock is a campaign where student coalition members visit alcohol retail outlets and place bright green stickers on alcohol products, reminding salespeople to check for ID before selling alcohol to young adults. This visual aid is a strict reminder to the salesperson not to sell these products to questionable customers. It's also a reminder to adults making legal purchases that they cannot provide alcohol to minors for any reason. And I'll send this off to Regina and Sophie, presenting Farm Effects.
Thank you, Jaden. I'm a junior here at Fairfield High School, and as Jaden said, we're going to be talking about one of my personal favorite activities that we do called Farming Effects. Farming Effects is an evidence-based, youth-led program that educates middle school students about the dangers and addictions of legal opioid-based pain medications that can lead to a serious drug addiction. Farming Effects is a universal, proactive approach to opioid misuse and addresses the opioid addiction before the teen gets addicted. It is a cost-effective prevention approach, not a costly treatment, recovery, and reentry program.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rojita Rai, and I am the senior representative for the Youth Coalition. Farming Effects is, again, a program event that we do 4 times a year at the middle schools, both at Creekside and Crossroads during 6th grade health classes. And us senior high school members of all 3 grades, we come together, train each other, so it's peer trained, and we deliver education and awareness about this opioid crisis to, again, the 6th grade students. And we do this in the form of skits and content, and we avoid scare tactics so we can show them that growing up is not intimidating and that there's the fun side of being a good kid. And approximately, every year we reach out to 750 students. And we have been doing this for 10 years, so that is 7,500 students that we have reached so far and made a positive impact to. Now I'll turn it over to Elliot to talk about the closing.
Hi, my name is Elliot Ambuma, and to effectively practice prevention, we need to stop it before it starts. And with your help, we can create a drug-free, safe community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. It's impactful when you hear the numbers that you guys touch. You hear the talk around the school. I was there today for that other meeting. They were talking about yours and what you guys are doing, and then you know that it's going on at the junior high and freshman building. That's phenomenal. So applaud you guys for your efforts, for your leadership and what you're doing. Keep it up. If there's anything we can ever do, there's not a council member up here that won't support you anytime, anywhere. So thank you again. Yeah, you might want to take that so we don't.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be out in the hallway there. Several of my youth commission members hang out, and we didn't know it, but we booked our meetings the exact same time as his. So I was seeing them coming and going out of our meetings. Like, where are you guys going? Well, we got 2 at the same time. So we changed that today. Speaking of which, let's see here. Citizen comments, council reports. Madam, Ms. Brill.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have a few announcements. So look for the next edition of the Fairfield Flyer to arrive in your mailboxes the 2nd week of April. The mobile mammogram van will be in the parking lot of the Fairfield Community Arts Center on June 5th from 12:30 to 3 p.m. Appointments can be made by calling 513-584-PINK. Third, we have a junior police academy, runs from June the 2nd through the 6th from 8 a.m. to noon at the police department. Registration is required and participation is limited. So the deadline to register is May the 19th. So make sure you meet that deadline. Safety Town will have 2 sessions this summer. Session 1 will be June 16th through the 20th, and Session 2 is June the 23rd through the 27th. Both sessions run from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. and will be held at a new location, South Elementary. Registration is required and participation is limited with this, and the deadline is also May the 19th. And last, registration forms for both the Junior Police Academy and Safety Town can be found on the city website under the Police Department Support Services. Thank you very much.
I actually attended and stopped by the both of those events last year, so I encourage residents out there to get their ages. Gwen, can you just repeat the ages for the Safety Town and just the age? Because Safety Town was younger. I'm sorry, I thought you said it. That's probably the best way. There you go. Yeah, check the Fairfield flyer, but also on the website. It has the ages on there, so good. Down this way, Mr. Kraft.
Did you want to ask me?
I did. Oh, I was looking right at you. You didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was a secret look. I gotta know that. I just
actually
wanted
rushed
to,
him.
I just wanted to congratulate Carol Mayhall. This is her last city council meeting. Well-deserved retirement, HR leader here, and you've always been very thoughtful, very strategic, and always helpful. So thank you. Thanks for your service to the city.
Mr. Kraft, are you done?
I was just going to empathize with Councilman Myers. I rushed him last week, and you skipped over him completely this time.
Oh, maybe there's a pattern.
I guarantee.
Nothing to report, sir. Thank you.
All right, not around.
I don't have a council report, but I did want to just say that the Historical Society will be starting back their meetings, and our first meeting is April 1st, and it's going to be Sue's husband, John, and he's going to be talking about Marty and Joe's stories. So it's always a good time, and the meeting starts at 6:30, and it's at the Community Arts Center because we need a smart board. So we're going to be meeting over there this month. So that's all I have. Thank
You
you.
wrote a great book on it.
Yes,
It's an
he
excellent.
does. Great book. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
We wanted to take a minute and thank our personnel in the fire department for the service they provide to our city. You may recall from last summer during the fire department's presentation on their strategic plan, their acronym for service: selflessness, education, responsiveness, value-oriented, involvement, community focus, and equality. We have experienced 2 incidents over the past month where their skill and professionalism resulted in patients being discharged from the hospital within days. These patients are alive and will enjoy all the special moments with their family in the future because of our great job, Ladder 32, Medic 32, ALS 32 on Unit 3, Lieutenant Jamie Vyers, FAO Matt Brown, firefighters Colson Bryan, Matt Schuler, Craig Metzger, and Aaron Resch. Great job, Ladder 32, Medic 32, ALS 32 on Unit 2, Lieutenant Brendan McCarty, FAO Scott Goller, firefighters Justin Mangus, David Guilford, Blake Bryan, Andrew Wilkins. An additional call for service generated a thank you from a resident for a great job by Medic 31 on Unit 2. Firefighters Chris Spinosi, Wyatt Phipps, Andrew Decker. Thank you for everything you do every day to help our community. That's all I got.
Hard act to follow, but this is just a quick reminder that North Trace will be open for golf this weekend. And the Harbin Park splash pad, I don't know how many people saw, but they were testing it out on Facebook, and it got, I think, it was a ridiculously large number. I think more than we have residents in the city watched it, so.
That's because they're going to use it.
Yeah. So, and also there are a few spots left for Puzzle Palooza for Friday night as well. And Mandy, correct me if I'm wrong on this, I'm putting you on the spot, but the Parks Board did interviews last week, as you know, and we interviewed someone, Joan, from the Cultural Arts Advisory Commission, and she said that the person that created the New York Times crossword puzzle is the one that's assisting with this, and Fairfield is the first municipality in the state of Ohio to offer something like this. So, yeah, awesome. That's all I have. Thank you.
Mandy, you want to expound on? Do you want to explain what it is?
Here and get more people involved. It's actually going to be hopefully a well-attended event, and it'll be I believe crossword puzzle, right, is what she
Yeah.
said? Yeah. So we're hoping to get it signed up for more people, so it should be good.
And when is it, Saturday, did you say?
No, we haven't. Planned.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
no, nothing's planned yet. Don't get ahead of yourself.
This Saturday at 6
No,
o'clock.
no, nothing's planned yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's
Stay
exciting.
tuned for that one.
And I also forgot to say, Carol, enjoy your retirement. You deserve it.
Yeah, good deal. I had that in my notes also, Carol, so that's really cool. And it is a retirement party Friday from 2 to 4 at the Community Arts Center, right? Yep, good. If you wanted to stop by and see her there. I did have the Mayor's Youth Commission earlier today I talked about, and it is so exciting to see 15 or 20 youth in there. And thanks to Ben Mann, the one group, they do presentations each month, and they were presenting on the railroad crossing. And it was really great PowerPoint slides, and they're talking about this stuff and easements and all kinds of things. It was just the government teacher in there. He's a City of Springdale council member, and they don't have a youth commission. And he keeps coming up to me every time. He goes, "I'm just amazed at what these kids come up with." And so thank you, Mr. Mann, for that. In fact, the utility crew department got an exciting presentation, and they want to come to council and actually present it here. So sometime in the next month or two, it'll be a short one, but they've put together a cool one, and we're gonna bring in the whole group probably for that. So it's kind of fun to see our youth out there getting involved in the public space. So, all right, let's see here. There's no public hearing tonight, so if there's any additions or deletions to the meeting minutes that were sent out, we'll let them stand as written. And we'll move on to no old business. How about that? And now we'll move to new business.
I'd like to make a motion to read all new business by title only.
Second.
Motion second to read by title only. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right. Community relations and public relations.
No update, thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
Councilmember
Mr. Mayor. I want to make a simple motion to approve the following 2025 boards and commission appointments that will be effective April 1st, 2025. The list is Joan Hume Cohen, Cultural Arts Advisory Commission, term expires 3/31/2028. Joseph Sackenheim, Cultural Arts Advisory Commission, term expires 3/31/2028. Amanda Kreinbrink, Cultural Arts Advisory Commission, term expires 3/31/2028. Mark Pennington, Environmental Commission, term expires 3/31/2028. Brian Yancey, Environmental Commission, term expires 3/31/2028. And Gail Willis, Environmental Commission, term expiring 3/31/2028.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I'd like to recuse myself.
All right.
Mark Pennington.
Yep. We have a relative there. This is a simple motion. Do we have a
Second.
second? And all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Come on back, Debbie. I knew that. Don't get around there too far. All righty.
Sure ran out the door.
Yeah, I thought she took off on us. All right, development services.
We have one ordinance tonight for development services. The ordinance is to authorize the city manager to execute a community reinvestment area agreement and community reinvestment area school compensation agreement with Core and Maine. At this time, development specialist Eva Adams will provide additional information. Thank you.
All right.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm pleased to be here tonight to introduce an exciting project to you. This item is related to Corn Maine. Corn Maine is a private company headquartered in St. Louis, Missouri that currently operates a local facility at 3165 Production Drive off of Route 4. Corn Maine distributes water, wastewater, storm drainage, and related products at their Production Drive facility. Corn Maine has been growing in Fairfield for over 5 years in a 10,000 square foot building, and they've continued to grow and attract new customers. To accommodate their growth, the company is now planning to build a 30,000 square foot building on Seward Road across from the former Liberty Mutual campus. This represents an investment of more than $1.8 million in building expenses. Core & Main will retain and create at least 4 full-time employees within 3 years of completing the expansion project. Their anticipated future payroll is expected to equal nearly $2.5 million annually. To facilitate this expansion, Core & Main is requesting a community revitalization area, or CRA, tax abatement. Based on our incentive guidelines, we are recommending a 45% 5-year tax abatement on the assessed value of the new building. Core & Main has agreed to make annual payments to partially compensate the Fairfield City School District and Butler Tech during the abatement period. The Board of Education of the Fairfield City School District approved this as part of their school compensation agreement on March 20th. And with that, I would like to introduce Mark Will, District Manager with Core & Main, who will share additional information on the project.
Good evening. I'm Mark Will. I'm the District Manager with Core & Main. We have been a partner with the City of Fairfield for 30 years, not 5 years. I think it was the last lease that you probably pulled, but we've been on production drive for just roughly about 30 years. And, you know, I just want to thank Council for giving us this opportunity to partner again for the next 30 years on Seward Road. We are an underground distributor of everything to do with water, sewer, storm, gas, electric. We bring water to you. We take sewage away from you is what we do. Every contractor that does projects, site, residential, commercial, we supply all the material underground.
I thought you'd been here before. That's when I said, gosh, that's that company that was around the corner.
Mr. Wills, what's your current employment there?
Mine?
Total number of people?
In Fairfield or nationally? Fairfield, 22 people. We are a $7 billion company nationally. We have about 7,000 employees. We're in every state but one.
Any other questions from anybody? We're excited to see anybody growing.
Yeah.
I hope that, you know, we try our best. I tell people all the time, I want to be the most business-friendly city in the state of Ohio, and I want our people to, staff everywhere, to understand that, and I hope we're doing good with you.
Yeah, we look forward to this because one thing, you know, these kids were so impressive. It's hiring talent. And the building we're in now, it's hard to paint a picture that come work for us. You know, we want college grads to come work for us. So partnering with Steve and his team going into this new facility, it's going to be a show place for us that we can bring talent in and hopefully hire and retain talent, because you have to do that now. You have to give these kids, you know, something to sink their teeth into. Otherwise, they'll job hop on down the road.
Well, good for you. Well, thank you for doing it. Thank you. All right. So we have let me think here. Was this going to be Adam, were you doing this as, am I right? That's right.
Yep. Thank you, sir. I have an ordinance to authorize the city manager to execute a community reinvestment area agreement and a community reinvestment area school compensation agreement, which will provide property tax incentives for Core & Main, LP and GSK Seward Road, LLC, to construct a new building to be located on Seward Road and declaring an emergency. I'd like to make a motion to suspend second and third readings, please.
Second. Motion second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And motion for adoption.
Second.
Motion second for adoption. Comments from audience? Comments from council?
Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to take a second as well to thank Core & Main. I know we went recently down to the Ready Conference, and they were able to showcase the reason why their 2 large employers choose to do business in Fairfield, one of them being talent availability. And so really appreciate you recognizing that and just making a further announcement with not only the successful schools, but then also contest to Miami University here locally. It's a great opportunity. So thank you. Appreciate
Good deal.
That's all I have, sir. Thanks.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. There you go, guys. All right, Parks and Recreation. Mr. Timmer.
We have 2 ordinances tonight for Parks and Recreation. The first ordinance is to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Jerry Pate Turf and Irrigation for the purchase of a rough mower. The second ordinance is to authorize the city manager to approve and adopt Fairfield's Marsh Park Master Plan. This plan is a culmination of over a year's worth of community engagement and planning. The goals include, but are not limited to, enhancing the environment as a natural destination, promoting connectivity between users in the park space, supporting the community through events and programming, and encouraging recreation with thoughtful improvements. Thank you.
All righty. Councilmember Bezel?
Thank you. I have an ordinance to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Jerry Pate Turf and Irrigation for the purchase of a rough mower at South Trace. I'd like to make a motion to suspend the second and third readings, please.
Motion and second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And move to adopt.
Motion and second for adoption. Comments from audience? Comments from council? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And I have an ordinance to authorize the city manager to approve and adopt Fairfield's Marsh Park Master Plan dated spring 2025. And I'll let that stand as the first reading.
All right. Public utilities. Who's reading for Councilmember Davis? Mr. Timmer?
All right, we have two ordinances tonight for public utilities. The first ordinance is to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Prodigy Building Solutions for a roofing system at the water treatment plant. This project includes the full replacement of the building roofing system at the city's water treatment plant annex building. The current roofing system for the building is beyond its useful life expectancy and in need of replacement. This project will be performed by Prodigy Building Solutions via contracts held with the Ohio Purchasing Council, Top C. The second ordinance is to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Ovivo for the Clarifier Rehabilitation Project. In 2023, Water Division staff had an assessment completed on the condition of the drive units, and several rehabilitation recommendations were made to increase the longevity of the equipment. The drive units are over 30 years old and original to the installation. Thank you.
All righty. For Mr. Davidson, Councilmember Brill.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First ordinance is to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Prodigy Building Solutions, LLC, for roofing system replacement at the Water Annex Building. I'd like to make a motion to suspend second and third readings.
Motion and second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Motion for adoption.
Motion and second for adoption. Comments from audience? Comments from council? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Second is an ordinance to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Ovivo USA LLC for water treatment plant clarifier rehabilitation. I'd like to make a motion to suspend second and third reading.
Motion and second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And motion to adopt.
Motion and second for adoption. Comments from audience? Comments from council? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That's all.
All right, moving on to Public Works. Mr. Timmer.
We have 5 ordinances tonight for Public Works. The first ordinance is to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Barrett Paving for Phase 2 of the South Gilmore Road project. A public bid opening was held on February 24th. 6 bids were received, opened, and publicly read. The lowest and best bidder was Barrett Paving Materials. The second ordinance is to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Aeromark for the 2025 pavement marking application program. The city has approximately 410 lane miles of pavement. As pavement markings become aged, it is necessary to repaint them regularly with paint or reapplication of thermoplastic. The third ordinance is to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with American Structure Point for the development of a Safe Streets and Roads for All comprehensive plan. The city was successful in receiving a Safe Streets for All planning and demonstration grant to develop a comprehensive safety action plan. The fourth ordinance is to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Best Equipment Company for the purchase of a refuse truck. This request, to be used by the Public Works, Streets and Grounds Division, is to improve the overall efficiency of refuse pickup and hauling from public trash containers throughout the city. The fifth ordinance is to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Prodigy Building Solutions. This request is for the roof replacement of the flat roof areas of the Community Arts Center. This project will be performed through Prodigy Building Solutions with contracts held through the Ohio Purchasing Council, Top C. Thank you.
All right. Councilmember Pennington.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have 5 ordinances. The first ordinance is to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Barrett Paving Materials Incorporated for the South Gilmore Road project, Reeser to Route 4. I want to make the motion to suspend the second, third readings.
Motion and second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Motion to adopt.
Excuse me. Motion is second for adoption. Comments from audience? Comments from council? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
The second ordinance is to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Aero Mark Company LLC for the 2025 payment marking application program. I want to make the motion to suspend the second and third readings.
Motion second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion second for adoption. Comments from audience? Comments from council? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And the third ordinance is to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with American Structure Point Incorporated for development of the Safe Streets and Roads for All Comprehensive Action Plan, and I want to keep that as the first reading. The fourth ordinance is to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Best Equipment Company Incorporated for the purchase of a PAC-MAC refuse truck and declare an emergency. I want to make the motion to suspend the second and third reading.
Motion second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion second for adoption. Comments from audience? Comments from council? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And the last ordinance is to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Prodigy Building Solutions LLC for the roof replacement project at the Community Arts Center and declare an emergency. I want to make the motion to suspend the second and third readings.
Second.
Motion second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion second for adoption. Comments from audience? Comments from council? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, finance and budget. Mr. Timmer?
We have 3 ordinances tonight for finance and budget. All 3 ordinances are for appropriations. The first is for supplemental appropriations. After thorough review of the city's 5-year CIP and 2024 year-end fund balances, we are requesting transfers to support the capital improvement program year 1 expenditures. Additional appropriations are also requested due to the activation of the Fairfield Township JED. The contractual appropriations total $3,625,142 and include 8 projects in the Public Utilities, Parks and Recreation, and Public Works departments. The non-contractual appropriations total $577,279 and include 16 projects in the Police, Fire, Public Utilities, Parks and Recreation, and Public Works departments. Thank you.
All right, Councilmember Myers.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The first item is an ordinance to amend ordinance number 158-24, entitled Ordinance to Make Estimated Appropriations for the Expenses and Other Expenditures of the City of Fairfield, Ohio, during a period beginning January 1st, 2025, ending December 31st, 2025. I'd like to make a motion to suspend second, third readings, please.
Motion second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. Motion to adopt.
Motion second for adoption. Comments from audience? Comments from council? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. The second item is an ordinance to amend ordinance number 158-24, entitled an ordinance to make estimated appropriations for the expenses and expenditures of the City of Fairfield, Ohio, during a period beginning January 1st, 2025, and ending December 31st, 2025. I'd like to make motions to suspend second, third readings, please.
Motion second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. Motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion second for adoption. Comments from audience? Comments from council? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. Last item is an ordinance to amend ordinance number 158-24, entitled an ordinance to make estimated appropriations for the expenses and expenditures of the City of Fairfield, Ohio, during a period beginning January 1st, 2025, ending December 31st, 2025. I'd like to make motion to suspend second, third readings, please.
Motion second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. Motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion second for adoption. Comments from audience? Comments from council? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
That's all I have.
A Madam Clerk, could you read the meeting schedule for
Monday, April 14th, council manager briefing 6 PM, regular meeting 7 PM. Monday, April 28th, council manager briefing 6 PM, regular meeting 7 PM. Monday, May 12th, council manager briefing 6 PM, regular meeting 7 PM.
All right, thank you.